Viva Garnacho! Viva Garnacho! Viva Garnacho! Alejandro Garnacho, the magical man, has gonna hit obviously get United the win today, and it looked like everything that United was gonna get positive out of this game, it was gonna be out of Alejandro Garnacho, and it really happened in a nick of time when this young boy really produced moments of magic here onto the United Matters channel. Full time, Man United 2, Everton 0, Alejandro Garnacho taking it to his own advantage and said, now I should really do this myself and really get my team out of this maze that we've gonna hate to be in for a very, very long time. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Man United have gonna hate to really win a beautiful game of football, and before we really get where you people want me to go to, let me first bring you this stat because it's really very important for you to note, as this is the guy that has gonna hit obviously set a record, and it looks like he is really up and running. Now this is Opta Joe. They've told us that Alejandro Garnacho is the first ever Man United player to win 2 penalties in the same Premier League game, while it's also the first time the Red Devils have had 2 different penalty scorers in the half of a Premier League game. Sporty. Now, have you heard that? Have you heard that? Alejandro Garnacho has gonna hate to do what we call the needful. He has gonna hate to really turn around things, and he has gonna hate to become the first player of Man United to really get 2 penalties in a single game. And this is the very first time Man United has gonna hate to have 2 different penalty scorers in the same half. Garnacho, I love you and thank you for what you've gonna hit to do. If you were here when I was doing what we call the match day live, I came out and told you that I want Garnacho to compose himself, to look out for pass and to only risk where it's really necessary. When you look at these penalties that you've gonna hit to get as Man United, it's because of the composure of Garnacho. He has the skill. And sometimes I hate it when he runs, and I know he's really good even if he's being really tightened or being swamped up in very many players. Even if he's closed down, he can really find out space to operate. Like in the first penalty, you saw that he was brought down by, I think, Tarkowski, and you saw how beautiful the skill set was for Alejandro Garnacho. I said that at the beginning of, before this game really started in the match day live, and I'm really excited that he has gone ahead to really execute it, and really I want to see him really producing such and such and such moments. 2 assists for Alejandro Garnacho today, and that is what you get from Viva Garnacho. And Garnacho is that talent that I think is under the right hands. And this is why I always tell you, I feel bad when I see United fans coming and saying that Ten Hag should be sacked. I understand we cannot all be on the same side, because every time I run a poll here, 70% fans of United want to keep Erik Ten Hag, and 20% want to really sack Erik Ten Hag, and 10% are really undecided. But why don't we really get this manager a chance? He has shown us that he can really get in these youngsters into the team of Man United. He's improving players. Look at how Scott McTominay played today. You know, he is really improving players. Wan-Bissaka is improved. Harry Maguire is improved. He's trying to add value to every player. And in this juncture, it's Alejandro Garnacho getting himself in there for you. Alejandro Garnacho got United a penalty, and Bruno Fernandes went ahead to score that penalty in the 12th minute. This is the first goal we talked about. You know, it's the same thing. It is something we failed to do when you're playing against Fulham. If we came up against Fulham and put up a show in 12 minutes and we got our goal, trust me, would have gone ahead to kill off that game, because would have gone ahead to send a message, you know, or to corrupt the minds of those players of Fulham that we are going to beat you. For Everton, you've gone ahead to say to it that even when we are 1 goal up, they continue to attack us. You know, even when we were 2 goals up, they continue to attack us, though we defended very well, and credit is going to be given to the defenders of Man United. So imagine if at all we ended the first half and it was 0-0. Do you know what Everton would have gone ahead to do to us? That belief would have gone ahead to be high. But when it was 2-0. They felt like we shouldn't commit a lot in the final third of the pitch because United gets this third goal. It kills off the game. It kills off the game. And that is how we really went ahead to obviously immunize them from coming at us. They would have gone ahead to fall at us, come at us like rain being chased from the heavens if we never really went ahead to score. In the 12th minute, Bruno Fernandes went ahead to score a penalty at Old Trafford, and that penalty has gone ahead to put Bruno Fernandes in a different record altogether. We've been told by Sky Sports that only Ruud van Nistelrooy has scored more Premier League penalties than Bruno Fernandes at Old Trafford. Ruud van Nistelrooy went ahead to score 12 penalties at Old Trafford, and Bruno Fernandes now has 11. Meaning that if you are not going to miss the penalty against Chelsea that he missed, he would have gone ahead to be level with Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I tell you, if this guy has gone ahead to really improve and plays like that, I'm talking about Alejandro Garnacho, and compose himself like that, then more penalties are going to be coming in for Man United, especially at Old Trafford and even away from Old Trafford, because we are really seeing how composed he's supposed to be and how good he's really becoming as a player. And they've added and said no Premier League player has scored more spot kicks than him since his debut in February 2020. Bruno Fernandes has gone ahead to score 17 penalties ever since he came in through the club of Man United, and that calls us to smash the like button close to 200 likes because this was a well-deserved win. Now, on penalties, I'm really excited. You know, these have been unusual penalties. These have been penalties through an individual effort. It's not like Bruno was taking a shot and the hand of our opponent really obstructed a ball, or getting hold of a player, you know, a player running and then is being brought down. The first one is a skill set, you know, taking off the defender says it's inevitable for me to let you go and I have to put you down. That's a penalty we take. But the second one has been really a masterclass. The way Garnacho inverts, you know, into the half space and then runs towards the D as he takes off players, and then he enters the box and does a very quick feat and obviously is brought down again. So for me, I'm really excited about the penalties, and if we are to continue to really execute such playing, then more are yet to come. If they don't really bring that guy down for the second goal, he either goes for a shot at goal or he finds a well-placed Marcus Rashford to really score that ball. And that is the brilliancy that I really love about the club of Man United and how we went ahead to execute everything today. So, I liked that. And if Garnacho continues to play like that, the rest is going to be history. Now, let me go to the clean sheet. We had taken how many games without keeping a clean sheet in the Premier League? We last kept a clean sheet in the Premier League when we played against West Ham, 3-0 at Old Trafford. But after that, we've gone ahead to play away, I think at Aston Villa. You know, the game ended 2-1. We conceded 1. Then we played away at Luton Town. It ended 2-1. We conceded. We played away at we played at Old Trafford against Fulham. We conceded 2, and went ahead to play away at Man City last weekend, and we conceded 3-1. This time round, Onana's gone ahead to keep a clean sheet, and it's one of those things I was really begging for, to see to it that he continues to push to be among the competitors to really win the Golden the Golden Glove. The leader is obviously Arsenal's goalkeeper David Raya, 9 clean sheets, and this guy Onana now has 8 clean sheets at Man United. And you really believe that if Onana goes ahead to compete for that glove and really wins it, people will obviously get to know that he's a very good goalkeeper, because even last year it was David De Gea winning it with 17 clean sheets, and if at all Andrew Onana wins it, it will be okay. Even if he doesn't win it, but I want him to be close. You know, I want him to be among the best 3 clean-sheeted goalkeepers in the Premier League. That's what I want about Andrew Onana, and I want us to go in for. So a clean sheet kept, but kudos, and I would like to give the flowers, or give the props to the defenders of Man United. The central defense is really a good reader of the game. You know, you cannot imagine that John Evans is 36 years of age. I just can't wait to see the stats of John Evans into this beautiful fixture of Man United, because his stats have been really marvelous, and Johnny Evans has gone ahead to really put in blocks. You know, that no defender at United went ahead to put in this fixture with Rafael Varane. They understand themselves well, and this is where experienced defenders really help you a lot. Rafael Varane is 30, patterned alongside a player who is 36 years of age. They really looked as Rolls Royces into that central defense. They looked vintage, And remember, that central defense partnership got us a point at Anfield. And it was until John Evans got off the field of play when you're playing against Man City that Man City found themselves scoring a second and third goal. I bet that if he was into that central defense, I think wouldn't have gone ahead to lose that game. I think would have gone ahead to collect a point. And you saw to it that there is a double block that he made, I think around the 70th minute before he was taken off for Kambola to come in through. And I said, wow, this guy is the real deal. He's the real deal, and I really love everything that he does. Rafael Varane was really, really magnificent. Diego Dallo, oh my goodness, he tracks back very well. Going forward, though, I never saw him really put in fantastic crosses. I think at the beginning of the first half, he really found Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes never did justice to that ball. I think it was around the 13th or 14th minute, just 2-3 minutes after I'd gone ahead to score our first goal, and Bruno Fernandes never did justice to it, but he was really great. The way he inverts his press resistance, and today, we've seen to it that this team is trying to build from the back on several times, and it was one of those moments that you really enjoyed, playing from the back, And we obviously transited through the midfield, and obviously we passed that ball to the forwards. That's how Ten Hag wants to play. He has gone ahead to describe it. And you see those patterns developing slowly by slowly. For everyone who asks, what's the style of play of Eric Ten Hag? You see those patterns of play for Eric Ten Hag developing, and I think you are really going to appreciate what the manager really has for us this season. So, clean sheet again at Old Trafford, and that's really great for Andre Onana, and that clean sheet is really nice for me, and I'm going to hate to love it. And for Marcus Rashford, he's really a player that is going to hate to obviously kick in with consistency, and this is what every player really needs. I tell you, this is what every player needs, and consistency has to be key. So about that, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford have gone ahead obviously coming through and really have a goal or an assist in the previous two games we're going to hate to play. For Marcus Rashford, it has been only goals. It has been only goals for Marcus Rashford, scoring a cracker, against Man City. He has gone ahead to return with a bang, and that bang has been a penalty, making it 2 in 2 games. I would love to see him really continue playing like that, Even though he's not really playing well, I just want to see him really putting in assists and putting in goals, because that's the only way he's going to really build his confidence and really get up and running as a player. So for Marcus Rashford, I just love him. And the way I was going to have to do his stuff today, I saw him really tracking back, defending, fighting, because Eric Ten Hag went ahead to obviously deploy the same system he played when playing against Man City. He found himself doing the needful. And what's the needful he did? He played Bruno Fernandes as a false number 9. But those 3 people could rove, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Alejandro Garnacho were roving, and you would find Garnacho playing as a center forward. You would find Bruno playing as a left forward or a right forward. Marcus Rashford the same. He could go to the right, invert to the central axis of the pitch. So it is hard to obviously know who is who, and they read their hands like a book. And this shows us how good these players have gone ahead to become and how the manager is really improving them. But there is one thing you really have to talk about, and really talk about this manager, on how he has gone ahead to improve Garnacho to become the best right attacking midfielder for the club of Man United. He has gone ahead to put up a show, and guess what? It was really, really, really nice, and the attempt was really great for this side. So for me, I was really excited with Garnacho, and he is a better player onto the right attacking side of the midfield than he is on the left. On the left, he's really so much wasteful, but on the right, because he really has his left foot also strong, he can use it to take off players or use it to shoot when he inverts in. And the beauty of this guy, every time he's playing onto the right, he doesn't really run towards the byline. He doesn't run towards the byline. These are things that Anthony should go out and really pick a leaf from the book of this young lad, because for Anthony, he likes running a lot towards the byline. Yet there is a lot of space, and the only way to haunt your opponents is by cutting inside, chop inside, like you saw Garnacho do today. And I think he really had a best game today, and the player ratings are really gonna come in through, and I'm gonna come in here and really name my man of the match. Smash like button close to 100. I see Henry J Uganda watching in through, Mosi Samuel, Webi Siwale, Danyara, Musa Ibrahim, and Omos are really in here watching in through. So guys, continue to watch in through and smash like button, comment and share. But there is something that we had gone ahead to forget in the game of Man United, and it last happened when Rasmus Højlund was on the field of play. That was against the side of Luton Town. Remember, against Spurs, we scored 2 goals in the first half, if you remember very well. Against Wolverhampton Wanderers, we scored 2 goals in the first half. Then against West Ham, we had 2 in the first half. Against Aston Villa, we had 2 in the first half. Against Luton Town, we had 2 in the first half. I'm talking about goals. We had scored 2 goals in the first half. And in the previous 2 games that we had played at Old Trafford, and in the previous 2 games, one played at Old Trafford against Fulham, and the other played against Man City at Etihad. We hadn't gone ahead to go and meet that level again. Against Man City, we scored 1 in the first half. Against Fulham, we never really scored 1 in the second half, and I was really worried today. Even against Nottingham Forest, we scored late in the 89th minute. It required that header of Casemiro to really unrelease us from the ropes that Nottingham Forest had gone ahead to tie us on. And this time around, that start has gone ahead to come back. We've gone ahead to get 2 goals in the first half. That is really great, and it has happened without Rasmus Højlund, meaning that with Rasmus Højlund returning next week or next weekend, as confirmed us by Erik ten Hag, we are really going to be a real threat to Liverpool. That is it. Because if Garnacho is on fire like that, Rashford coming in through confident that I'm going to hit to score 2 goals in 2 consecutive games, then that gives him huge confidence as a player for the club of Manchester United. And that is really one of those moments that you'll have to obviously come in through and really hail at this guy. When you look at Marcus Rashford now, I think I was going to hit to score his 7th Premier League goal of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check and see. He now has 7 Premier League goals and 2 assists. All I need from Marcus Rashford is simple. I want to see Marcus Rashford coming in through and continuing to score. This has been our 28th game of the season, and we are left with 10 games to go as the club of Manchester United. And if he can really bang in more 7, if he levels 16 goals he scored really last season in the Premier League, that would be really good for him. But I think it's a must, and given that he's really going to put in double figures. And I know what is really going to motivate him is that he has gone ahead to put up his mind direct to the Euros in Germany. He knows that he has to continue being on form to make it to the English national team down in Europe, in the Euros that are going to be played in Germany. That is Marcus Rashford for you, and he's really putting in a lot of shifts all together. For Alejandro Garnacho, what a match for him. I think his assists have gone ahead to really increase, and he's really proving to us that he's one of those biggest assets that he'll ever want to have at Man United. He's now having 3 assists and 5 goals, and that is Alejandro Garnacho for you. So we just can't wait to see him really get to that level. For Bruno Fernandes, he has Bruno Fernandes he now has 4 Premier League goals and 6 assists this season, and that means we are having Scott McTominay. Rashford and Rasmus Højlund all tied on 7 Premier League goals. That is it. So we wait and see how the remaining 10 games are really gonna go. But it was very important to win this game of football. If you know, you know, because tomorrow there is a big one that is taking place. There is a big one taking place between Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. And all I would let you know is I would love to see these sides draw. That is it. If not a draw, I would love to see Spurs beat Aston Villa. That is it. I would love to see Spurs beat Aston Villa hands down, such that we are, because we are now having 47, and that means we are 8 points behind Aston Villa. And if at all Spurs win tomorrow, they'll be at 53. Those will be 6 points behind us. And the game they have in hand, they have to play away at Chelsea, So, and there is something I've always gone ahead to tell people that watch this channel: never in life ever cross a bridge before you reach it. That is it. Never ever cross a bridge before you reach it. And you never know what's going to happen into that game they have in hand, So, for us, we are having 47 points. We are now 8 points behind Aston Villa. I would love to see Spurs beat Aston Villa or draw with Aston Villa. If they draw, we'll be 9 points behind Aston Villa, right? And 4 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. So in that range, in the last 10 games, they really have had fixtures to play. They have to play Liverpool. They have to play Man City. They have to play Arsenal. All of those two have to play those teams. And trust me, I don't see them really get points out of those games. Not even a point. I see them losing. So that's why I tell you, I would rather see Spurs beat Aston Villa than Aston Villa even getting a point. Because for Spurs, we can close them down. And for Aston Villa, all we need to do is to come in through and do the needful. And the beauty of of Spurs, having a very high percentage of beating this side of Aston Villa is Aston Villa played in the midweek, and when they played in the midweek, they have to play on Thursday. They played on Thursday, and it's not gonna end there. They have to play another game in the FA Cup, and they are gonna play again in Thursday. So they qualify if they knock out Ajax, and I would love to see them really continue playing and really knocking out teams like Ajax to see to it that they have more 2 games to play, and they won't really concentrate onto the league only. So that is it, and let's go into what we call the stats of the game. 15 shots by Man United. Everton had 23. They really had loads at us. 8 shots on target by Man United and 6 shots on target by Everton. United were really good because we had half plus 1 shots on target out of the total 15 shots that we had. That was really a very good start. 51% ball possession by Man United, 49% ball possession by Everton, 477 passes completed by Manchester United. Then Everton had 438 passes completed, 81% passing accuracy by Manchester United, and Everton had a passing accuracy of 83%. 13 fouls by Man United and 11 fouls by Everton. 1 yellow card to Man United and 2 yellow cards to Everton. Then 0 red cards to Manchester United and 0 red cards to Everton. 6 offsides to Man United and 1 offside to Everton. 5 corners to Man United, and Everton really had 8. And this is where I go ahead to go out and really hail our defense again, because the way they kept this team out of that range of really scoring against us. And by the way, they never had any threatening chance. I think the one that was really close, but Calvert-Lewin went ahead to head it in the vicinity of Andre Onana, is that corner that resulted into John Evans playing a back pass that Andre Onana couldn't miss very well, and it really crossed the byline, and it was a corner for Man United. At that moment, I thought that this is really gonna go in the back of the net, but it really never went ahead to go in the back of the net. It was headed by Calvert-Lewin, and it went into the hands of Andre Onana. Good display. On the side of set pieces for Man United, I think we executed them very well, and we showed that there was intention looking out for Casemiro. And I think there is one where Casemiro had to win a header, and others, they made them short. I really like that because that showed that we are playing with intent, having a plan to play on. And today, Ten Hag showed us that this plan can obviously win us very many games. And the moment Rasmus Højlund is back, Bissaka is back, you'll see to it that we are really having our fullbacks doing the job, and the rest will be history. But for me, I really enjoyed the way we played. I really enjoyed it, especially in the second half, as I was really very doubtful that we are really going to keep a clean sheet according to how Everton was coming at us. The way Everton was coming at us was really very scary, that you thought that at any point they would pull 1 goal back. And you know what it means? When they pull 1 ball back, they'll obviously frustrate the team of Man United. The players might down tools, and after the players downing tools, you might see them really concede the second one. And it's always said that the best result and worst result to really end your first half in it's a 2-0 lead, because if you come back and score a third goal, you've gone ahead to kill off the game. You've gone ahead to kill off the game. If you come back and you concede one, then it's very easy for the opponent to level up and then really get a lead. That is it. So let's go to the Premier League table and see how it's really looking here right about now. Liverpool, 27 games played, 63 points. Man City, 27 games played, 62 points. Arsenal, 27 games played, 61 points. Aston Villa, 27 games played, 55 points. Tottenham Hotspur, 26 games played, 50 points. Man United is 6th, 28 games played, 47 points for the club of Man United. And when you look at this range here that I'm talking about, 55, 50, 47. So this is where you feel like, why did we lose to West Ham? Why did we lose to Fulham? Because if we never went ahead to lose to Fulham, would have been tied on the same number of points with Tottenham Hotspur at 50, and we would have been 5 points behind Aston Villa, and Aston Villa is playing Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow, meaning that if one loses, all draws, then United would have been in a better position to really close down. But I might sound deluded, I might sound insane, but I think we're gonna clinch this spot. We're gonna clinch this spot. All you have to do is to win our games. These teams are gonna draw points. You know, Aston Villa has to play Tottenham Hotspur, Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. You get? Tottenham Hotspur has to play Aston Villa, Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal. So I think we have a chance to go ahead and really clinch that spot. That is it. We have a chance to clinch that spot, and we are really having 3 teams competing for the top spot, and then 3 teams competing for the 4th spot in here. So that is how it went down at the stadium of Old Trafford. Another win for Erik ten Hag, and those who really used to say he's going to be sacked. Now, watch out. After this result, you are not going to hear anyone come out and say that Ten Hag is going to be sacked. You know, that Ten Hag is going to be sacked. No one is going to be saying that, you know. And if we win the game against Liverpool, we'll go into the international break when the entire media is like, Ten Hag has gone ahead to prove to the board that he is really a capable man. He returns back and loses one, the same stories will really come back in the media and resurrect, because that's what they feed on. They feed on negativity and really doing all that shit. They really talk about the manager. But I think Ten Hag is in queue with the management of Man United, and they've gone ahead to discuss exactly what they want the team of Man United to be like, and I cannot really be moved at any second that this guy is really gonna be really thrown under the bus. I really love him, and I've gone ahead to obviously put up a very good defense for him, because he's really a very good manager. We all know that he's good. He's working under tough circumstances, and no manager would obviously thrive under circumstances like those. Even Sir Jim Ratcliffe came out and really said that this guy, he said, United is not really in good terms, because even good players have gone ahead to come to this club and failed. Meaning that there is something that we should really find a solution for, that it's not the manager, it's not the players. It's all about the people at the top who really set the pace at the club of Man United. We should really get that club of Man United and really get it going, and after getting it going to where it deserves to be, then the rest will be history. So let me go into the comment section and really have a word about you, and a word with you people in the comment section. This is Henry J. Uganda. Congratulations to my boys. They have made our evening colorful. All right, thank you very much for watching it through. Obviously, they've gone ahead to make this very colorful, because we badly needed this win. They've gone ahead to deliver that win to us, and what a way to obviously coming through to really commence this weekend in a better way. The previous 2 weekends have been really nasty, losing to Fulham by 2-0, losing to Man City by 3-1. But today is the best way to resurrect back to the winning ways. Then Moses Samuel, yet, but something is needed. I know it's not a complete article, and I think for the last 8 games of the season that we are going to be playing, you are going to see what United is all about, because this manager is going to show exactly what he has in for us because of how he plays. You know, his players are going to be here, and you come out and say that team is really doing wonders and really playing well. Webisi Wale Eric should be given enough time. That is it. He should be given enough time. He should get backed, and everyone should be behind him because he has gone ahead to show us that he can do the job. Then Ayara, big up everyone. All right, big up for everyone watching it through. Musa Ibrahim, hello bro, thanks for the show. All right, thank you Musa Ibrahim for watching it through. Then we're having Omos Ageho. They play rubbish bro, Omos in Libya. All right, I really understand, but if you think a style of play is going to be really established in just a nick of an eye, it doesn't happen that way. Ten Hag told you it's the board that decides the style of play they want, and we wait and see how Dean Ashworth comes in through to really sit down with Eric Ten Hag alongside Omar Berrada to come up with the style of play that they want this manager to be really orchestrating at the club of Man United, or exhibiting at the club of Man United. Then Deo Bahemuka, the defense was solid. Casemiro was great. He gave a good covering of the defense. Yeah, he did a lot. Though in the first half, we went ahead to see to it that he had what we call some sloppy passes, like 1 or 2, but he really went ahead to really become good and better as he grew into the game. And you really expect that. You know, it's very hard for a player to come out and not really put out a blind pass. You know, although he really put out one that would have gone ahead to cost us, but we defended very well, and Rafael Varane read that run like a book coming in through from the attack line of Everton. But Casemiro was really great. The defense was great. I've gone ahead to give them their props at the beginning of this video, and they've gone ahead to do a very good job. Left back is still a challenge for us. Yeah, we are lacking balance on that side. Let's all admit we are lacking balance on that side, and I think you've gone ahead to really get to know it better and better and better. Smash the like button close to 100 times. Then Gaddafi, it's not yet time to sack Ten Hag. First buy for himself players he wants, then we wait for change. I still believe in Eric Ten Hag. I do believe in Eric Ten Hag, and the good thing is that most of you, the viewers of this channel, 70% of you believe in Eric Ten Hag, 20% think he should be sacked, and 10% haven't gone ahead to really decide on whether this guy should be sacked or not. So he should be given time. Ayara, Danyara, Eric Ten Hag in. All right. Thank you very much for hanging through, and I'm gonna record the player ratings and really put them up. Thank you everyone who's been part of this channel. I really love you. And lastly, I want to talk about the substitutions that Ten Hag is gonna hate to do. I think he made his first substitution towards the 70th minute of the game. He took out Kobe Mainoo and brought in Amrabat. I think what he did was right, because it's that Kobe Mainoo was really starting to slow down a little bit, and you needed energy in that midfield because Everton had Ghana, who was going to hate, obviously, not to put a pass wrong in the entire game. They had Onana and Dokore. All those are players with physical attributes, and they can use them to obviously beat you. That's why Scott McTominay was kept on the field of play. Then Casemiro is a huge lad, plus Amrabat, who came in through and really closed down all those areas. And that was really some good stuff that Man United went ahead to achieve into that game. Then he went ahead to bring on Anthony. Yeah, he went ahead to bring on Anthony, but Anthony did one thing that I really loved. Tracking back. He tracked back very well, and there is a moment a cross was put in by Ashley Young, and he was like the man defending the back right post for the club of Man United. That was really great for him. He tracks back very well. His energy is really good, but I think this is his last season at club of Man United. He cannot really compete to the levels where how we expect him to be. Then Kambwala coming in through. There is something special in Kambwala, guys. There is something special in Kambwala. Something special is in that lad, you know. I still need to really see more of him playing competitive games, but the game he played away at West Ham when he started, Kambwala looked the guy. He looked the guy of the moment, and he's now grooming another defender to come in through and do the job. He has brought in forwards, he has brought in midfielders. He had not gone ahead to get us a center forward from the academy, and sorry, center back from the academy, and Kambwala is knocking on the door, and you never know, he might be one of those that you're going to be relying on when you're playing next season. And in the preseason, I'm just excited to see the likes of Kambwala, and this is why I don't want a new manager to come in through, because he will really spoil the plan and the future of Kambwala, Mainu, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Amad Diallo. Then those were the 3 substitutions that Ten Hag went ahead to do. And I'm having Gaddafi, we love you, bro. I love you too, guys. And continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And I'm having Danyara. Plus, we got Liverpool next, so we need minor fit. Yeah, he had to rest him a little bit. And it was really positive because all we needed was to really shield our win. We never needed more goals, you know, though our goal difference is really bad, because when you look at our goal difference as Man United, it's 0. We've gone ahead to score 39 goals and we've gone ahead to concede 39. We are scoring few goals and we are conceding very many goals. That is really the ugly bit of it. So if we can continue to keep clean sheets and reduce on the number of goals that we concede, I think we can have a better season at the club of Man United. Then Kambwala, obviously, Danyara, thank you for watching in through. Now, guys, I sign out, you know. See you later. I'm going to return with the player ratings, and I'm going to really upload that video in like an hour from now. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.